During the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Making money with Laura Sanders, a name you can trust. With over 20 years of real estate experience and selling over 150 homes a year, Laura Sanders is the #1 RE/MAX agent in the state of Florida for 2021. Join us each week as we discuss how to make money through buying and flipping homes, to renting versus selling, and everything in between. To join the conversation, call in live. 888-994-4995. Studio A.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Making Money with Laura Sanders, and I am your host, Laura Sanders. So every week we talk about something that can help you to make your business better, or to make you better, and to help maybe make you money or save you money in some shape or form. So tonight I'm pretty excited because we have Bree White. She is a social media marketing expert. She is renowned with RE/MAX, going to their conferences, showing them what to do, talking to huge audiences. So I'm super excited to have her with us today. And we're going to talk about, like, what are some of the most effective social media marketing platforms for small businesses? You know, how do you create a social media marketing plan for a small business? We've got so many questions. To be honest with you, we're going to run out of time, and we're going to have to do this again. So welcome, Bree.
Thanks for having me, Laura.
You're welcome. So you do some pretty creative stuff.
I do. Well, I try.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, when I first saw you doing this several years ago, you didn't talk.
I didn't.
Yeah, you just dropped papers.
I dropped papers. That's so funny. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I
See? Memorable.
Memorable, yeah. And I very rarely did video.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we all, and I'm not pretty good at it, but we all need to get out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know. So first of all, part of social media is Chat GPT, right?
Oh yeah.
So this is like the new thing. It's going to take a lot of our jobs, so get ready. Pretty soon, I think we just had the doctors talking, and we're going to tell them that, hey, I have a headache, you know, I have constipation, and my eye is twitching. Oh, you have this. And we won't need the doctors anymore.
Right. Well, isn't that what Dr. Google's for also?
I don't know. I think Chat GPT is probably a little more accurate right now.
It's a great tool.
Yeah.
It's a great tool. I have mixed feelings about it.
Oh, so tell us, why do you have mixed feelings?
So I like the relevancy in regards as an aid, as an assistant, helping you if you're having a creative block or if you just can't quite find the right words. However, I think you still have to add to it. You still have to add a piece of yourself, a piece of information that's hyper local that it may not pick up. So, you know, good and bad.
I mean, as an agent, I'm getting emails every day that are telling me to utilize Al, I guess that's his name or her name, I don't know, maybe she's Althea, as a way to generate more business, which to me, that's all social media. So, I mean, have you looked at this yet? Because, you know.
Yeah, so I actually used it in a listing that I just had. I wanted it to sound, that is the worst thing I do in regards to my business is listing descriptions. I am like plain
But that's
Jane.
different. Okay, so that I get. I think that's okay. The listing description, helping to like spruce it up.
It makes it really like pretty.
Yeah, spiral staircase, blah, blah, blah.
Like as you read it, you just fall into it and you envision. Whereas like for social media stuff as well, it can be helpful blogging. If you are out there in regards to your business or whatever you're creating in your sphere, if you have a blog, or I call them micro blogs, when people go on social media and you see a paragraph after a paragraph after a paragraph, that's considered a micro blog, and Chat GPT could be useful in those respects as well.
That I agree, but what about using it to follow up on leads? So as leads come in from online, let's just say a lot of agents use Facebook marketing, right? So, and a lot of those leads, they're crappy, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Or they're really not ready, so they're gonna take a long time to fruition, right? So tell me, like, how do you think Al, or Althea, works? Let's just be politically correct. How do you think that Al works in the fact of responding back to these people as they're requesting information for a property? Because we already had that on Facebook. Like, Facebook can as soon as somebody requests somebody could say, I'm not in the office right now, but please leave your information. I'll get back to you. And of course it sends stuff that really isn't relevant,
Right.
which is bad.
Right.
And then that person asks another question and it sends back the same thing again. And it looks like.
Right. It's a little like mundane and you're like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, I think in that respect that it has gone a step further than what we are accustomed to. And let's say someone can't sleep at night and they're on your Facebook business page and they fill out a form. If you have something linked or you're utilizing ChatGPT, because you can add pre-done questions on there, it's a great response to help you. And then once you have a moment the next day, you can follow up and it sounds like an actual person has responded with you.
And is that something that, and we're not just talking about real estate,
Right.
but we're talking about in general, like small businesses, is that something that people can hire you for? Would you be willing to be hireable to do that for these people?
I actually do not do that at all. I do creative, fluffy stuff. I do more consulting and coaching in regards to real estate because here's why. If you hire me to do it, you may have a different idea and then I'm not delivering properly. And then you're also not empowering yourself in order to learn and educate. So what I like to do is be the person who's your consultant, teach you, inspire you, educate you, and empower you to then authentically create it into what you want.
Okay. So if you are listening and you do have questions to ask Bree, you can definitely call us while we're here at 888-994-4995, and she can answer some questions, and she is hireable. And you could get her to be your coach when it comes to this. So I have so many questions, and I know we're not going to get through them, but like, so it's like, so what are some of the most effective social media platforms for small businesses? Let's stay focused because big
Small
companies
businesses.
are going to use
Yep.
big time people.
Yes. So I know some people have mixed feelings about Facebook. Facebook to me, out of all of the platforms, is still hands down the most intimate platform.
Okay.
You build the most connections there. LinkedIn can also be comparable, but more on a business front. So it really depends on what realm your business lives in. Instagram is great, TikTok is great. For me, those are more about brand awareness platforms.
Because you can't talk.
You can't really talk. You can do reels. I mean, yes, you can have a group chat, you can do comments, but it's not the same as following someone's life like it does on Facebook, right? And I have received leads and I have had some actual transactions from Instagram, but not like Facebook.
Okay. And so when you're saying that that's one of the more effective, which is funny because they say, and I'm just repeating what I hear, that old people use Facebook.
So yes and no. So like
we got people in the audience. They're raising their hand. And how old is the audience? Like, I just want to know.
So my 18-year-old does have a Facebook. I will say that yes and no, it's true, right? Younger generations are this and that and are going off and doing all of the platforms. There's so many of them out there.
I feel like I learn more from Facebook than I do from Instagram.
Right. So the thing with Facebook, they're saying yes, but the problem with that statement that people are making is that they're not looking at the stats. They're not looking at the global stats. Now, I don't have current stats. I have stats from beginning of Q1 of 2023.
Okay.
Facebook was still the largest platform globally.
Okay.
So, you know.
I feel like okay, first of all, I can get more of a story out of Facebook, in my opinion. Now, I didn't say it's a true story. I mean, it's like, did you ever see the one where it shows you the mom and she's like all glammed up? She looks beautiful.
Right.
And it's like, really what it is she looks like a mess. She's got the kids. She's like trying to change the diapers, fold the laundry. Hell, I'll tell you that I'm still folding laundry. Like, you know, I mean, it's just, but I feel like so one day I'm on Facebook and I'm looking. And I'm like, damn, who is this girl? Like, she's selling real estate, she's selling real estate, she's selling real estate, right? So I decided to look her up. That girl didn't sell nothing.
It's perception.
But it painted a picture that was so not real. Now, I really do sell real estate. My Facebook is real. Like, what I'm doing, I'm not posting anybody else's stuff. It's mine. Right. Whatever I do is me. My Taco Bell, that's real.
It is. I can admit to that.
Yeah. So I'm empowering all the women that are almost 50 years old to eat Taco Bell and lose weight. So, so you're saying that you could help, though, somebody to create a social media marketing plan for a small business.
Right. So it's all about branding, first and foremost. I tell everyone I meet with, your brand is everything, and it's all about uniform. So
keeping the colors the same.
Keeping the colors, keeping the verbiage, keeping your URL, your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, your LinkedIn, whatever it is, all of your URL extensions and usernames the same. And the reason for doing that is your SEO algorithm.
Right. So let's just say somebody who's been in the business for a long time doesn't have all that matching. Can you change it and keep what you had from before?
Yeah. So it's about a balance, right? There are certain platforms where you can just change your name. Like my husband, for example, has recently changed his Instagram name. You can go back in and change it. There's certain things where you can't. The one area on social media where you cannot is if you have a Facebook group and you have over 5,000 members, then you're locked into whatever that / whatever the group name is.
I get, you know, it's funny. I get messages all the time. Oh, just change the group, change the group name to, or I just made it not public, or. Why do people do that?
So it depends on what you're searching for. Public is really good if you want people in the general to see what's going on. Like for instance, I have a Facebook group with 27,000 RE/MAX members in it globally, and that is private because it's just for RE/MAX individuals.
You're gonna let me in?
You're in it.
Oh, my bad. I'm not on. I
You're
should
not
go
on
Facebook.
more
often. Okay, so wait, let's go back. So you're talking about changing the algorithms for the SEO, which is really important. So I think that's a tip right there that a lot of people, that makes a big difference because things are monitored. Now, they keep talking about Facebook changing things. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, they're always changing stuff. They fluster me. Like my Facebook business page, when I go on the back end to try and like figure stuff out, I'm like, it's different than it was before. So it's a constant battle of learning. I've given up trying to keep up with it. I just do the best that I can. And to be quite frank, the type of business I have, my know, like, trust, is going to come from my personal page. So a lot of my business, anything I do business related is public. I know some people are very private. I'm very private too, believe it or not. I do share a lot, but I am private.
But don't you have to make your personal page public in order to...
You have to make the post. So what I do is when it's business related, it's public regardless. Because if I have a new client or someone who's researching me, they can Google, all of my social media pops up. And then if they want to click on my Facebook personal page, because of how I have the URL extension labeled, it will pull up as my business, and then they can, search and see if I'm
But you can hide some stuff from there?
You can. So if you want to make a post about your children or your loved ones or yourself and you want to make it friends only, you can do that. You can even make certain lists where you go in and you add, like 10 friends or something hypothetically, and then you can change your post to just go to those 10 people. So what recently I've learned is, because I don't know if you've heard, but they were telling small business owners before, make a group, you can have promos in there, your best clients will be in there and on Facebook. But now instead of doing that, they say make a list. Add them as friends, make a list, and then only target them for that particular post.
Interesting. Okay. Because I'm trying to think, like, this is just so much information.
And it always changes.
And I'm like, my brain is sitting here thinking, okay, so is that kind of like retargeting?
It is. It's definitely targeting. But you know what's great is it's the little wins when you're trying to build your social media. If someone brings a conversation to you in real life based on something that you posted, that's a win.
Right.
That means that you're building your brand awareness, and that's the entire goal of social media.
So I get like 1,000 people that will watch a video in like 6 hours. Is that good?
That's perfect. That's great.
Yeah.
But if you were consistent, imagine what you would have, girl.
I know. But do you really want to hear me? Do you really want to watch me? Like, I don't know. That's how I feel. I'm like, I don't want to bombard people with like all my stuff. Like,
but it's not about being. I understand the mindset, but it's also about, that's how people are getting their information now.
Right.
So you are a micro-influencer, so to speak.
So what do you think about realtors? I shouldn't even say realtors, but what do you think about realtors that block other realtors from seeing their posts?
I think that's an insecurity.
I mean, don't you think that's kind of weird? Like, if I was the seller, I would be like, why are you doing that? Because now you've kept this person from being able to sell my house.
Right.
Like, to me, when people ask me, I'm like, okay, well, I have mortgage people in there, multiples. I have realtors. I have people that are looking for houses, people that have agents. But to me, it's like, I know of agents that are blocking that I can't see their stuff. And I'm like, how am I going to sell your house?
If you can't.
If you're going to block me. And now some of these agents, like, there's specifically one that actually, like, I don't think anybody would ever go to their broker's open because they're like, it's not just me. And it's like, why would you do that?
I think it's something that they have to work out within themselves. I think two fronts, right? You should have a professional front and your personal front. You don't have to agree with someone personally. Professionally, it's exactly what you said. You want people to come in.
I want everybody to see
everyone's money
care.
is green,
and I tell them, I'm like, I don't care if they have their own realtor. I don't care, you know? So we're also talking about, how do you measure the success of a social media marketing plan? And I think I heard you say it. It's like when somebody conversates with you, right?
It's the small wins. So for me, when I first started, I had the pressure of like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough. I don't have enough numbers. It's about quantity. It's not about quantity. That used to be the case of like, you were only cool if you have like 10,000 followers on Instagram. It doesn't matter. What really matters now is the fact that you are having the conversations from social media and the internet come to real life conversations, because that's impactful.
Okay. So can you give an example of a successful social media marketing campaign you have worked on for a small business?
Yeah, there's a couple of people. I have helped someone in our office, actually. She was trying to come up with a brand. I think branding is extremely important because it's a catch-all for the SEO. It's all about the SEO, right? So she needed an idea. She told me what her personal things were that she absolutely loved, how she ran her business, things she was incorporated in, and we came up with champagne and contracts. I was like, oh my gosh, that's totally you. Love celebrity gossip. I mean, you can't get more like spilling the tea than champagne and like anything else, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, lean into it. Lean into you discussing whatever someone was wearing at the Met Gala. All of these things, it doesn't have to be specific to real estate or your industry. They want to see you as the person.
Like my Taco Bell.
Just like your Taco Bell. Personal,
which I wasn't my intention. But we're going to come back to that. We're going to go to commercial. We're going to check out our sponsors. We've got Max Fish with Nationwide Mortgage, and we've got Josh with the Title Brothers. Check them out because they can definitely help you.
Whether you're buying, selling, refinancing, or building your dream home, you have a lot riding on your loan specialist. Max Fish, a top 1% mortgage loan officer in the nation, will give you a same-day qualifying quote. Max Fish is committed to providing his customers with mortgage services that exceed their expectations. Ensuring that you make the right choice for you and your family is his ultimate goal. Contact Max Fish today at 954-729-6933 or max.fisch@nwmcorp.net.
At Title Brothers LLC, our mission is to give you the best closing experience anywhere in the country. Founded in 2020 by Adam Lohman and Josh Wiseman, here at Title Brothers, we're your one-stop shop for residential real estate, title insurance, title and escrow services, real estate closing, and due diligence services. While primarily located in South Florida, we also host dozens of closings throughout the state and even electronically as requested. To contact the Title Brothers, call us at 954-995-4988 or visit our website and get a quick quote today.
You have been watching Making Money with Laura. For more information, contact Laura Sanders at 954-650-0827 or visit her website at lauraess.com. And now back to the show.
Hi, welcome back to Making Money with Laura Sanders, and I am your host, Laura Sanders. Today I'm here with Bree White. She is a social media marketing expert. She spends a lot of time training people on how to maximize their social media. So welcome back, Bree.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
So we were talking about how you were helping somebody find like what it is their niche is, like or niche, their niche to market themselves in real estate, because keeping the colors the same, doing all that branding, and it's like kind of funny, like I walk into a room and I'm the Taco Bell girl. Like I walked into a Broker's Open last night and they were like, tell me about the Taco Bell. And it's like, I mean, I have women come up to me and they're like, I have been following you, and I had somebody this morning said, it's so great to see like you as an older woman. I'm not 25. I know I look it. It's fine. But so that you're like empowering other women to like lose weight in a different way, and there's other stuff involved, but it's legit like. Stuff that makes me feel good. And I was actually talking to a health guru, and he was like, listen, he's like, Taco Bell is one of the things with multiple medical issues that people can eat Taco Bell. You just can't eat anything.
Correct.
So when I originally started with the Taco Bell, it was not for my branding, and my husband sent me a text and he's like, are you selling tacos or are you a realtor? And he got really nasty. I mean, seriously nasty. And I said, why don't you mind your business? Why don't you do what you do and I'll do what I do, and don't worry about what I post on my Facebook. And all of a sudden, like maybe 2 months later, my husband's like, holy, like, I can't believe like all these people are watching this Taco Bell thing. I go, because it's legit.
And you're showing your personality, and that's the thing. You have to be authentically yourself. So I remember way back in the day when I first started like my real grown-up life, there was like this rule of thumb where like you had your fun Facebook, and then you had the Facebook your boss could see. And you don't even have to do that anymore.
But that's not even a thing. Like,
it's not even a thing anymore.
These kids need to be careful, because even schools, colleges are checking them out.
Well, here's the thing, and why I say that is you would say you had to have two in regards to like the Taco Bell life and the professional life. Think about like early 2000s. You had to be really creme de la creme polished. I mean, people still wore stockings back then. I don't know if they still do.
You had to have an actual, like, to be even a server, you had to have actual experience. Today, you just have to be breathing.
Yes, you do. This is true.
And you can't even find breathing people for that. You see notes everywhere you go, like, please bear with us. We can't find staff.
Correct, yeah. But the point is that now it's really, people need connection more now than ever before. Right. And that's where the personality has to come in regards to being who you are authentically and showing that and finding a healthy balance within your business to show both.
And can you believe that we have almost ran out of time? And I feel like we could do this again, Bree, and I want to do this again. And I feel like there's so much information. So, Bree, tell everybody where they can get you to hire you as a coach, or if they just have a question, like if they have a simple question, you're willing to answer it, tell them how they can reach you.
Yeah, I'm really easy to find. All of my social media, you can Google hashtag Breeze, like there's a breeze outside, 2 keys. Breeze to Keys, or Bree, B-R-I, White, Realtor, and I just pop up everywhere, so can't miss me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will definitely come back again and we'll talk more about it. And if people have specific things that they're curious about, just go ahead and put it on my Facebook page and I will take care of that. So if you're looking for a top agent, need somebody to help you to make sure your home's showing in the best light possible, or you're even looking for that 0% fix up your home for you, give me a call at 954-650-0827. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for tuning in for Making Money with Laura Sanders, a name you can trust. To join the conversation, call us at the studio, 888-994-4995 Studio A, or contact Laura directly at 954-650-0827. Laura Sanders, a name you can trust. We look forward to seeing you next week.